Hey everybody, it's Dino again with One Tom Plumber. I'm here on the last project site that I replaced the garden hose connector, and as you can remember from that last video, the handle kind of broke off, and being that this is an old outdoor spigot, we're going to just replace it. Really, the first part of the job is turning the water off at the main shutoff. The handle, you can tell, pointing up along with the pipe, vertically with the pipe, shows that it's on. To turn it off, you simply make it horizontal. Now that's stopped the water there and it can't go anywhere else. So this is Adam. He's a One Tom Plumber buddy of mine, and he's letting the rest of the water drain and making sure basically that really was the water main shutoff. All right, now we're going into the crawl space. Adam first, me second. I just want to take a picture of this because I think it's funny as heck that our big boy Adam is trying to get into this little hole. All right, we found the water line, and Adam is placing a pipe cutter on here. You can see it helps us cut the pipes, and there is the water coming out that's remaining into the pipe. He's just cut it, went pretty quick. All right, Adam is now pushing the pipe that we're going to replace out through the front. If we can't do that, we'll need to come around from the front side of the home and pull it out. Okay, well, that didn't work pushing it out, so what Adam is doing is trying to pull it out from the front. And there you go. That's a proper way to do it. If we had continued pushing, we might have ruined or damaged in some way the siding. Here's Adam's truck. He's basically going into his inventory. We carry as much inventory as possible, so we're going to have to make extra runs to supply houses, and it really helps us out a lot in terms of getting things turned around quickly. So Adam is simply looking for the right replacement pipe and fittings and spigots so that we have something to put back on. All right, Adam is taking the pipe pieces that we're putting together for the new replacement, and as you can see right now, he's removing the burrs. It's called deburring. Here he is creating a surface area for him to connect and then end up soldering these two pieces together. And then always remember this, when you're doing this job, you want to use something like pipe dope on the threads in and around so that, again, it creates a watertight seal.
And another thing I'll do is I'll wipe off any excess flux just to make it look pretty.
Now Adam's basically going to be soldering these two pieces of pipe together using a butane torch. It's also called, soldering is also called sweating, which is what plumbers use that term. But so if you hear it, that's all they're really doing is soldering. I'm going to heat that up. And he's going to go at it. Adam's now basically using a wet rag or towel to just help cool it down. Okay, from the front, now Adam's just going to put this back through. Now that he's got those two pieces soldered, and then what he's going to do is connect them from the inside, and we'll show you how we do that, which is going to be a little different than how we did it in the truck, because we're not going to be soldering. Okay, now you can see the piece coming from under the crawl space is now longer than the piece that we brought in from the outside. So what we're going to do is cut those and connect those. Now, before you make any kind of solder with these two pieces of pipe, you're going to want to make sure, and one way to do it is take a marker and just mark the pipe in a place that is aligned with how the spigot comes out. Because if we turn it up this way, that spigot's going to be soldered in a way that it's in the wrong position on the outside. So you want to make sure you have a way to measure the spot that should be down here, which aligns with the spigot on the outside. Adam's now cutting that second interior piece, and you can see how quickly it goes with that piece of equipment, that tool, pipe cutting tool. It's a great little tool that's handy as heck. And he's gonna make these line up, and he's gonna use what's called a press by plumbers. It works just as well as a solder in that it'll last about as long as soldering. However, in certain areas, there are places where you want to use the solder and places where you want to use the press, and some places where you can use either one. For example, in this case, you'll probably want to use soldering at home because you won't have a press. But now that he's made the connection, you can kind of see the connector in the middle there. He is going to press that with a tool, and we'll show you in just a sec. Now that Adam has put that on, the second thing you'll want to do as part of this is make sure that the spigot has not moved from your effort in putting this little connector piece on, this little fitting. So make sure that's done first before you do anything else. All right, gang, so watch this. This is a pretty cool little machine, and it's literally going to take that part that connects the two pieces of pipe and press it into place. It's not the cheapest little gizmo, so that's why I say you're probably going to want to solder at home. And you can find that all over the internet on how to do a soldering job correctly. So now we're back on outside checking Adam's work, and you can see everything's in place. All we have to do is really fasten it, so this little flange has to be attached to the wall somehow. All right, Adam's now going to just basically take a drill and place his holes using the flange as a guide. And once he does that, we're going to actually get this thing fastened. Okay, so Adam's going to use a particular type of drill bit to make this job a little bit easier. Again, he's got the kind of tools that he can do this with, but normally what you would do is you take a screwdriver and basically remove the handle in order to do this part of the job. You can see he's using his hand to guide the hole a little bit higher so that the faucet is aligned as best as it can be. Okay, Adam, hooking up the hose for it. So now let's turn on the water, see if there's any leaking. And we are good to go. Fantastic job, Adam. Thumbs up, buddy. Thumbs up. All right, I'd like to thank Adam for helping me out in this video. Thanks for watching.